New videos every day.
This is Athena Jezik, and we're going to do a little bit of work on the feet. I do have some oil on the feet. I had put them on my hands and I've applied them onto the feet. It's not a whole lot of oil, it's just enough again so the viscosity holds and I can get a good slip. You're going to want to look at the toes, see how they're doing. The foot is really designed to walk on uneven surfaces. And a lot of times our feet are just as stiff as boards, literally, and the toes take on different bent shapes and they roll in on top of each other or they curve in funny. And a lot of that is from the shoes that we wear or shoes that we had on as children when maybe our feet grew and we crammed them into the shoe when it was a little bit tight. All that stuff will have a little bit of an impact on your feet, particularly if you wear those shoes for a long time with your feet growing. Feet are really different. Everybody has a really different type of a foot, but ideally you want the toes to be somewhat stretched and you want a lot of pliability in the foot and bending the foot in a lot of directions, because they will move this way and this way and this way and this way and all kinds of ways. It's probably a good idea, if you can, to take off your shoes from time to time and walk on uneven surfaces. I happen to be such a barefoot person that I would not wear shoes at all if I could get away with it. And as a result, my feet are quite strong and the toes are well placed. So to keep the feet strong, you do need to do some kind of exercising with them other than just walking in a shoe. So here I've been just feeling the muscles and pushing in on the muscles with a little bit of force, but not a lot of force. The feet tend to be kind of tough. There's also thicker skin on the soles of the feet. And then just checking the toes. And it's basically just working around pretty much whatever you feel the need to. You can get on the sides of the foot. And you can get into where you can kind of grab a hold of the bone, but again, you don't want to grab it and squeeze it. You want to just grab it so you get enough hold on it so that you can rotate these little bones that are there, the metatarsal bones, and give them a little range of motion so that they can feel like they're exercising, even though they're passively exercising. Feet are pretty nice things to have. We need to take care of our feet. I had the misfortune of stepping on a very long nail a few weeks ago, and I was totally aware of what was happening. Something had happened in my backyard where a board had been flipped over, and I didn't see that it had been flipped, and I stepped on it. I realized just how much my foot, how important it is, because boy, it was really painful, but I was so aware. I felt it go through the spongy part of my shoe, and then I could feel it go into my foot, and it felt just like it was going through another layer of sponge. If I didn't have that little spongy sole, it would have come out the top of my foot. So it was a pretty good accident. No, I did not get a tetanus shot. I treated it with various remedies that I have and kept a good eye on it, and it didn't take long to heal. It went through its swelling and all that. It still isn't quite as strong as it was before, although I am back dancing on it. I was classically ballet trained, so I do some of that type of dancing. still for my major exercise. But I do notice a difference having that foot damaged. It's amazing. Not only does the foot feel weaker, but the entire side of the body, the left side of the body, feels weaker as well. And there was a little bit of distortion in the SI joint. My hips ended up rotating a little bit when I began to recover, because I would bend my foot in so I could walk, but it was in kind of a gimpy kind of position, and took my hips, actually rotated my hip right out of joint, or right off the alignment. And of course that worked its way up into the neck. So I felt a lot of other things going on in the entire body just from that little misalignment down there in the foot. So understand, the feet have a lot of importance as to how we place the foot. If you're a runner, I'm sure a lot of you runners know how important it is to use the right kind of heel strike or flat-footed run, or whatever it is that you do when you run. I'm not a runner, so I don't know. Pay attention to that sort of thing. The foot, the big toe should be lined up over the knee, and the hip is in alignment of all that. And you can save not only your feet, but you can also save your low back and knees if you take that kind of a caution. It's another reason why it's important to have a strong core, because when the body is holding its center of gravity in the middle of the body, it's easier to work the legs. Even though the legs have to work and there's weight coming on them, if it's held in that core, you're going to have just a whole different experience with your alignment. And you do feel a lot stronger when that core kicks in. It's just, the body just functions, it just moves with greater ease. Feet are nice to work when you have, if you're married or you have a partner, or even with little children, let them rub your feet. It's just a nice thing to do. Washing of the feet, rubbing of the feet. The bottoms of the feet have a lot of nerve endings. There's reflex points for foot reflexology. So in some kind of an indirect essence, you're giving the whole body a little stimulation by working the bottom of the foot. So with that, you can just play with it again. It's a lot of just moving the muscle around deep enough so you're getting in there. The heel is another one, by the way, as well. Since I'm here, is the Achilles comes down and attaches down in this area, and the heel is rather tough, the padding, so it's nice to get into that heel as well. So just work the muscle, moving it around a little bit, going with the muscle, going across the muscle fiber and with the fiber, and picking it up a little and shaking it and moving it around, and being sensitive to what you're doing, where you're at, know your anatomy. And that's really all massage therapy is about. It's really not that difficult to understand. It just really takes a lot of paying attention and good intentions. Okay. Thank you very much. This is Athena Jezik.